No, they're going to see me this class so much. Take it to the ass over with me. Oh, you had one right in the fridge.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You should have told me I would took that one. Sure. Shot. Have a sugar overload. You know me. Nah, it's not my jeans. All right, but microphone on. All right, Shalom. This is the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General Yohanna. As you know, today's class is the Thursday scripture breakdown class. So what we do in this class, if anyone's been reading the Bible all week, there's a verse they don't understand, you ask. That's as easy as it can be. If you believe, John 3:16 means for God so loved the world, meaning everyone, ask and we'll break it down. You believe the Gentiles, as in other races, can be saved, then you ask it here. And we'll answer all of it, of course. But before we get into the class, just a few announcements. Pay your tithes. Your tithes. Tithes are 10% of anything you earn. Meaning, if you was to earn £100, £10 would be 10%. That goes to the I.S.U.P. And it's a law in the Bible. And yeah, it's a law in the Bible, like not eating pork, like not being gay, like not sleeping with another man's wife, aka adultery. But likewise, paying your tithes is the same way. So do make sure you're doing that also as well. You go on the website ISUPK.com. The tithes section is right there. It's right there, so no one can't say they don't know how to do it, because it is right there. So also on a Monday night at 2 a.m. you have the Black Watch radio show hosted by Commanding General Yohanna, and that's a powerful radio show that you don't want to miss, where Commanding General Yohanna goes into what black people need to be watching out for. Hence why it's called Black Watch. You know what I mean? And goes into everything in the world, in America also as well. Then in America, Tuesdays through till Fridays, there's classes online. They all start at the same time, 12 a.m. So you got the Brotherhood class on the Tuesday. You got the Wednesday law class. You got the scripture breakdown class. Then the Friday class is a language class, which is the Lashawan Kodash, the holy tongue of every black man, every Hispanic man, and every native Indian man. So you don't want to miss that. Then also, of course, in the UK, we have classes also as well. So on the Monday, you got the history class done by Officer Karafia. It goes into powerful history on black soldiers that fought in World War One and the Second World War. You know what I mean? Many elements of black history and English history which we don't know. So you don't want to miss that. Then on Wednesday, you got the law class done by Officer Dungabar. Then today, of course, you got the scripture breakdown class done by Officer Parashia. And all these classes we have in the UK are held at the same school, 394 Lodge Road, postcode B18 5PW. Yeah, no, yeah, I got yeah. So yeah, you know what I mean. The school. Then also, we also are on everything. Instagram. What's some other ones? Instagram, Facebook. We're on Snapchat as well.
No, Facebook,
Instagram,
and
YouTube.
like button, leave a comment with you, please.
So yeah, so on them, it's all the same name, ISUPK. United Kingdom, same name on the Instagram, YouTube, and on the Facebook. And believe me, the content on there is excellent, man. You know what I mean? It shows what is really going on in the UK, what really is happening in the UK. So, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, ISUPK, United Kingdom. You know what I mean? You definitely want to subscribe, like, you know what I mean? And on Instagram, it's for hello. You want to do that on all of them. So now the class is here, 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. And these classes all start at the same time. They start at 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock. So, if you're in the Birmingham area, do come. Matter of fact, if you're anywhere in the UK and you can do it, man. It's one thing to watch online, but to be here and, get the vibe, get the knowledge, get the information, that's different, man. So, do come through these doors and we behoove you, we tell you this information will change your life. It's not just and you feel good. Over here, this will change your life. This will make you put down the weed. This will make you leave those whores alone. This will make you not want to sleep with another man's wife, man. And you only learn this at the I.S.U.P.K. And we change black people's lives daily. You know what I mean? Not by us, by the power of the Lord. And we are the spokesmen of the Lord in here at the I.S.U.P.K. So with that being said, we're gonna get into the win rush. For those of you that don't know, or for those of you that are watching and you're not in the UK, basically the Windrush was one of the first ships from the West Indies that came to England. And why did these West Indians come? Because England invited them. Because after the war was finished, England was, run down. Many, of the oppressors did not want to work. So they made us migrate to the UK so that we can do those jobs. We can work and build up what today is called the NHS. We could work and build the London Underground, which a lot of people don't like to acknowledge West Indians for. We came so that we could work on the M6 and all of the M ways that you have now. And we came also for the Alden industry and also the transport industry. So many West Indians came and helped to build England back up. Now, what's happened is, over like the past 10 to 15 years, with the oppressor in the UK, he's upset about all of the immigrants that are over here. And when I say immigrants, not just West Indians, Romanians, the Polish, what's some other ones? The French, the Dutch, the Russians, the Turks. So over years, there was a bit like, I'm in a country that's mine and I don't feel comfortable. Everywhere I'm going, there's people speaking all these other languages. There's, like, as an so-called Englishman, I don't feel like this is England anymore. And what did they do? Before they deport immigrants that are here illegally, before they deport immigrants that come from another country and don't want to work, they deport the Windrush, who they invited. They're deporting West Indians that done nothing wrong, man. Deporting West Indians that you said they were allowed here and that worked, paid taxes, fought in the army, worked in the transport industry, worked and built up the NHS, the healthcare of England. And instead of deporting the other immigrants that rob England blind, as soon as they land here, always want a sick note so that they don't have to do no work. Some of them work here only for like a month, and then every week, doctor, I need another sick note. Doctor, I need another sick note. And you deport the people that came here and worked for you, man. Deported the people that made England while it is, and not just when they came in the Windrush, made England while it was from 400 years ago, and deported them people. And what does this show us? England has never liked us. Many, and I don't want to, rub this in no one's face, but back when we came in the 60s, I know what they were thinking. We're British, we're so great, and the oppressor showed you again. Just like how he used us 400 years ago, he used us up until 10 years ago, man. Up until 5 years ago, where what do? We build up his economy, then he just throws us to the side. Like what happened in the West Indies. We pick cotton, pick cane, pick tobacco, and then when it's all done, yeah, you know what? You can just stay in the West Indies and die poor. And then they take all the riches. They did it in the Windrush, man. Made you come here, made us come to this country, build up the transport industry, the welding industry, make up the M-ways, the motorways, the M6, the M1s. And then when they're financially fine now, you know what? I'm going to just deport you back, man. You're not here legally. You ain't got no documents showing you're meant to be here. But you invited us. And that's historical. You invited us. And then now when you believe there's no need for us, yeah, you can go back now. And leave Romanians here. Leave immigrants here that you guess what? They don't help England. They abuse England. They rob England. And if you think I'm lying, there's documentaries, man. Channel 5, Channel 4. You know what I mean? They do these kind of documentaries all the time. Where as soon as the immigrants land here, Somalians, Eritreans, what did they do? They work at a job for 1 month, and then from then, signals. And if you're getting paid and you're not at work, who's paying for his sick time off work? We are, man. The people of the Windrush that are working, you're paying for his sick notes. You're paying for him to be at home. You're paying for his house, his newly made house, and his rent. And you kick home and you kick out the Windrush. People that made England while it is. That shows us that our oppressor has never loved us, man. Despite what you do for him, despite all the accolades you get from him, he does not love you, man. If you can get me that video of David Ami, get me that. Then we're gonna get in the Bible. This being a scripture breakdown class, we're gonna address it. We're gonna address this, man. This needs to be spoken of. Everyone's living some fairy tale. Meanwhile, while you're unaware, they're kicking home your ancestors, man. There's an attack on us, and we don't even know it. Meanwhile, the Polish, they get to stay here and not work. The what's some other ones? The Romanians, they're here not working and doing it openly. And wouldn't you kick them out? Because a lot of them are illegal. You know what I mean? You watch those documentaries about France and the ducks, and they're jumping on the back of lorries, man. Jumping on the back of lorries, and those that make it, once they come on English land, you can't get rid of them. So once they land here, they're like, well, I'm here now. You can't get rid of me. Meanwhile, you deport the Windrush. People that you invited here and let people that jump on the back of some HGV, they're allowed to stay, man. That only means one thing. Your oppressor hates you, black man. Our oppressor hates us, man. Let's get into that video. So, you know what I did? For the history class, they was put the camera on here, and it worked good there still. In the future, yeah. Yeah, in the future.
Yes.
since there was consensus in this House at the way that the Windrush generation had been treated in this country. This is a generation, thousands of them, who came to this country after the Second World War and gave so much but took so little.
Stop right there. Now, what this guy's saying here is true. We came to England and gave so much. You know what I mean? I've watched documentaries, and black people in those days suffered so much abuse, gave so much to a country that didn't even want us here, man. While you was invited, as you worked and helped, do you know what they would call you? A wag, a jig, go back to Africa, you monkey. You know, these are phrases that we heard so much, and we gave so much, man. Worked in the transport industry, even while you're on the bus, go back to Africa, you monkey. Why are you driving my bus? You do know this is true, right? While while you know the emails works in the hospitals, cleaning the oppressors, you know what I mean, horrible urine off him, his, you know what I mean, his waste off him. They were like, don't touch me, you ape. We gave so much and got little, man. And how do you know? Because they're deporting us. After giving so much, we get little, just like 400 years ago, man. Black people gave England so much. Pick cotton, pick cane, pick tobacco, made England have the wealth it has accumulated till this day, and got so little, man. Got to live in huts in Jamaica, man. Got to, you know, just live by damn near what you can find. You got something?
Yeah, I see many nations come to England. And England is a safe haven for many nations. Many nations come to England and progress and become better, but not for us. England became a safe haven for them immigrants, Israelite immigrants to come here and they refugees no more. The Pakistani came here, opened shops, it's a safe haven.
That's right.
Many nations, one place where England's been helpful, man. You know what I mean? And that's black people.
That's true. And
For Nigeria, safe haven, to come over here, new house, new life, college uni, Chinese, same thing. And nowadays, you know, the Iranians, you know, the Somalians, so forth, safe haven for everybody but black people.
that's right. And if you never heard it on the mic, what the officer said was accurate and right, man. England's been a safe haven for everyone. Somalians come here, get a new house, rent free. You know what I mean? They're living good. It's a safe haven. But for the people that came here and worked in this place, actually put their hands to work, it's never been a safe haven for us, man. Either you go home, you wag, go get a banana and piss off, and you know what I mean, we've been told all this. Meanwhile, for everyone else, England's been a safe haven for everybody else. But for the people that actually done the hard work, it's not safe for us. Yeah, run the rest.
Set up the Independent Learn Review led by Wendy Williams. In the wake of that, they suspended flights to Jamaica. So the question today is
No, you don't have to go back. If you in your own time watch it, the camera right on the white man's face, and you see the disdain, like, just shut up, you wag. You're getting on my nerves talking about black people and the Windrush. You know what I mean? His face says it all. He didn't need to say it. You look at his face, like, oh, just shut up, man. You know what I mean? And that's how they feel about us, man. The people that actually helped put some work into England, that's how they feel about you. Meanwhile, Somalians don't put no work into England. Eritreans don't put no work into England. The people from Eastern Europe, they don't put no work into England at all, man. As soon as they come, all of a sudden, sick notes. I can't work. My back's hurting me. And they're living rent free. They don't put no work into England. And guess who did? Black people did, man. And then they want to send us home. Reader, play answer.
Resumed those flights in light of the scandal of people who arrived in this country as children. How can he guarantee the House that there are not people on those flights who are actually British nationals. And when he relies and says to the House that all of them are, or gives the impression that they are murderers and rapists,
and also that's a lie. What they're trying to say is we're just supporting the ones that are thieves and they've done raping and crime. Now, have some of them done it? Yes, but you can look it up. Many of the Eritreans, Somalians, the ones from Eastern Europe, they do it too, man. Many of them are big time rapists, man. Big time drug dealers bringing in heroin, Turks, heroin dealers, and they don't get deported. They get locked up in England and then stay in England. But when it's us, you got to go, man. You got to go back to Jamaica. You got to go back to Trinidad. You got to go back to Montserrat. You got to go back to St. Anne's. You got to go back to Guyana. And that's the problem, man. It's got nothing to do with offenses they have done. It's got something to do with you being black. It's got something to do with those big nose and those big lips you got, man. That's what it's got something to do with. And above all that, it's because you're an Israelite, man. It's because you're the sons of God. And Esau has always hated you, man. And will make any excuse he can make. Will make anything off the top of his head to go, yeah, they need to go. When, you know what I mean, I've watched lots of documentaries, man. And those Eastern Europeans, they're doing lots of crimes, lots of raping, lots of bank theft, lots of frauds, and they get locked up in England and then stay in England. So why is it when someone from the West Indies commits an offense, you want to deport them back? It can only mean one thing, man. You hate black people. Yeah, so run the rest.
There for non-violent offences. We cannot, at the same time in this House, condemn county lines. Young black children in this country and send the same chocolate pack to Jamaica for such drug offences.
All right, sorry, dude. And now, you know, I don't agree with everything David Lammy has to say, but what he's saying is right, man. We was hustled, pimped, man. We was used like hoes, man. We was pimped. We was pimped 400 years ago, having our backs whipped, made England rich. Then when the Windrush ship came, we was pimped again, man. You know what I mean? Once England had everything it got, yeah, you gotta go back now. You know, you got no documents. I know we did invite you, but you know, by law, your documents ain't right, man. We was pimped again, man. Play on.
See the way that this government holds in such disrespect the contribution of West Indian, Caribbean, and black people in this country. When will black lives matter once again?
Yeah, and if you notice, after we said that, no one hardly made any noise. Like, yeah, like, you know, you're on your own there, Lammy. Like, yeah, it's not really my concern. And that's why we need to love each other. We need to be the concern of every black man, every black family, because no one else ain't concerned with us, man. Right. Give me Jeremiah 15:2 or 3. Yeah, that's it, 15:5. We gotta be the concern of every black man because clearly they're not, man. We've been pimped twice, man. In slavery, we was pimped once. And then in the Windrush, we was pimped again, man. Made our oppressor rich, helped him out. And then, you know, you're not my concern. It keeps happening to us. And we can't make it happen again, man. If we love each other, we will not make this happen again. If we love each other, our oppressor ain't going to use us again, man. Read that for me.
Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem?
So listen to what God's saying, man. Who shall have pity upon thee? That means care. Meaning, who cares about us, man, about black people? Right. You know, what's going on is we're illegally being sent back to our so-called homeland illegally, and no one cares, man. You know what I mean? He's speaking in the House of Lords, and everyone's basically kind of just like shrugging it off, like, David Lammy, that's a black problem. Like, listen, man, I come here to talk business. Windrush and deporting people illegally. That's not really my concern. You know what I mean? You keep those black issues over there. No one cares about us, and it's in the Bible, man. Many of you saying the Bible's fake, the Bible ain't relevant. You show me some other book that has that verse in it, man. You show me another religious book that talks about no one caring about black people, man. You won't find it in no Egyptian writings. You won't find it in the Quran. You won't find it in no Tibetan writings. But in the Bible, the book of the black man, you will find it. Where God told us in the last days, no one would even care about us. We'll be getting deported illegally, and no one just wouldn't care. To see it as well, it's your problem. Read on.
Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside and ask how thou doest?
And who asks how thou doest? Now, if you ask how someone is, what does that show? It means you care. Like, if I see someone ask how they're doing, that's me showing a form of care. And now with God, he's saying, who does that to us? Who cares about how we feel? We're getting deported illegally, and no one goes, how are they doing? That's wrong. Like, I did read some history about these people. They came here in the 60s, and they've done a bloody good job. They, worked in the welding industry, built up the NHS, helped the M-Ways. You know what I mean? It's just wrong. Like, I want to see how they're doing. Nobody does it, man. Everyone's loving England, and they forget who made England while it is. And who did that? We did, man. You know what I mean? Everyone loves the NHS. Do you know who built the NHS? Black people did, man. Everyone loves England and the benefits and the income tax and the housing tax. Do you know how that even became to be? Because of black people working in Jamaica and the West Indies for 400 years, man. All that free tax money and the government helping you, that came from the blood, sweat, and the death of black people, man. And no one cares how you're doing. England ain't this miraculous, nice place where things just happen. The money came down from heaven. Black people had to die so that England could get that money. Black men got castrated so England could get that money. Black women got raped so England could get that money. Black babies got fed as alligator bait so that England could get that money, man. And no one never asks how you're doing. And why? Because you're the reason why England is as rich as it is. Surely you would ask the people that made England while it is. But you don't do that, man. You come to England and just love the benefits of England and not acknowledge the people that made England while it is. Read that again.
For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem?
Mm-hmm.
Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside and ask how thou doest?
And who asks how we're doing? Nobody. Despite living in a country that you love so much, wouldn't you ask the people that made England while it is how they're doing? That would just make sense. But no one cares, man. Everyone loves the benefits of England. But they never like to acknowledge how England got all of its finances. Everyone loves England and, I'm free to do this, the money, the jobs, the banks, the loans. But no one never likes to admit how England even accumulated this wealth, man. Read on. No, sir. Give me Psalms 109. And most likely you can start from verse 1.
Psalms 109 and 1. Hold not thy peace. So
109 and verse 1. Sir.
Hold not thy peace, O God, of my praise. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me.
This now, of course, for those of you that haven't read Psalms before, this is King David right here. And you know, this man here in the Bible, it says he was a man after the Most High's heart. And what is your heart? Your mind? Meaning King David did and said what the Most High would have said. A man just like the same things as the Most High. So now, you know what I mean? He's talking about something right here, and we're going to understand what King David is talking about right here. Is talking about this, is you can use it for the Windrush, man. So now read that again from verse 1.
Hold not thy peace, O God of my praise, for the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me.
And that's it, man. The mouth of the wicked is opened against us, man. How? They're deporting the people that built England. And what did it say? Well, they've done offenses. They gotta go. When Romanians do offenses too, man. Romanians have sex slaves. You can, if you think I'm lying, research it, man. They raid a house. Every bedroom in the house has mattresses where people are basically paying for sex, man. That is a crime. Illegal sex is a crime in England. And do they get sent back? No, they don't. They get locked up in England, and once they've done their time, they stay here. But the mouth of the wicked, what did it say against us? If you've done a crime, we gotta deport you, man. You know, you're not meant to be here. You got no documents. That's the mouth of the wicked opening his mouth against us. Read on.
They have spoken against me with a lying tongue.
Mm-hmm.
They compass me about also with the words of hatred.
And you're telling me the Windrush is not hatred? And it's in the Bible. King David spoke about this. How they just surround us with hatred. And I know there's someone online going, it's not hatred. They haven't got no passport. Yeah, I'm aware. This is hatred, and I'll explain why. There's many people that come to England illegally, and what happens? They stay. Once you step foot on English land, they cannot get rid of you. Once people make their way through the docks, they're English. You cannot send them back. You cannot send them home. But why is it the black people that came here and you invited them, they have to go? That can only mean one thing. That is hatred. Where you deport a people that you said can come here. And was we doing nothing? No, we wasn't, man. Black people was in the welding industry, transport industry, in the army, World War I, World War II, and you're kicking them home. That's hatred right there, man. That shows that the European hates you. Why? Because he will allow anyone else and want you gone. He will let anyone else stay here but want you gone. That all you done, as soon as you come to England, work so hard, man. You come to England and work so hard, and what does he want you to do? Now England's fine and has all of its wealth. Go home, man. Work for England 400 years, picking cotton, picking cane, and then now you gotta go, man. When you made England while it is, man, everyone loves England and the high streets and West End. Do you know where all that originates from? The money of the people of the West Indies that work for it, man. That money comes from the slaves you had in Jamaica. And no one likes to acknowledge that. Everyone likes England, but no one never likes to accept how England got its wealth. No one never likes to accept the reality of England. Read on.
God. And fought against me without a cause.
And they did what?
Fought against me without a cause.
The Windrush is what?
Fought against me without a cause.
Deporting black people that are here legally is what?
Fought against me without a cause.
And they fought against me without a cause. And that's our oppressor right there, man. Fights against you without a cause. You ain't done nothing. You know what I mean? England invited black people here, and we came and worked. As what David Ami said, black people came here and gave so much, and you fight us without a cause, man. Why would you deport the people that gave you so much? Worked when the so-called white Englishmen did not want to work. All right, you do know that, right? You know, I know a lot of people like to think England's so rich because Englishmen worked so hard and they was grinding. That's a lie. You know what I mean? The Englishman was lazy, and that's why they needed West Indians here to do all the jobs. And if you think I'm lying, it's researchable information. It's nothing I'm making up. It's not the racist black guy. You know what I mean? This is researchable information. And you mean we did all those jobs and they hate us without a cause, man. Read on.
For my love, they are my adversaries.
So hang up. So now this is key. And this is how you know you can use this for the Windrush. For my love, they are my adversary. And that is the Windrush right there. Black people came here with love, man. Came to England with love. Worked in the welding industry. Worked in the mines. Worked in the hospitals. Came to England with love. And what happened? They was our adversary. While we was here showing love, what happened? Go home, you monkey. Throwing bananas at you, even till this day. You know what I mean? Go back to Africa. We came with love, and they was our adversaries. They were our enemies. Read on.
But I gave myself unto prayer.
Mm-hmm.
For my love, they are my adversaries. But I gave myself unto prayer, and they have rewarded me evil for good.
What did the Bible say?
They have rewarded me evil for good.
And they rewarded evil for good. Meaning, we've gave them good. You know, everyone has this lie in their mind how black people are bad, robbers, thieves. But we've done good to you. All the history that black people have is doing good for you. Making England while it is for you. Being slaves for 400 years and made England good for you. We've done good, and all you've ever done was give us evil, man. We've done good for you, made you have a country that you love so much because of how rich it is. And what do we get? Evil. We get deported back to the West Indies. We get told you're a wog, you're a monkey, when all we've ever done was do good for you, man. And you're telling me this ain't in the Bible. This is in the Bible, man. You're telling me the Bible is not a black man's book. It is a black man's book. And it's talking about us. And it's talking about the Windrush. Read on.
And hatred for my love, set thou wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand.
And let Satan stand at his right hand, meaning let him be destroyed. Give me Psalms 35 and 12.
Psalm 35 and 12. They rewarded me evil for good, to the spoiling of my soul.
So now they rewarded me evil for good, and they robbed my soul. And that's very key, man. Why? Because many of us come to England and gave our soul to this place. We gave our soul into England. Worked hard thinking we would be accepted. We would be a part of England. And while we gave them the soul that we got, they gave us evil, man. This is in the Bible. Never let no one tell you that black issues ain't in the Bible. Never let no one tell you the Bible's just for back then. The Bible's for now, man. The Bible's for this day and the future also as well, man. Read on.
But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth.
What did the Bible say?
When they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. My clothing was sackcloth.
And isn't that black people? When our oppressor was sick, we was sad with them, man.
That's right.
If you put sackcloth on yourself, it mean you wear that to show that you're sad. And when our oppressor was sick, we was sad for him, man.
That's right.
When England was destroyed after the Second World War, we was sad with him and came to England willing to help him, man. Came to England to help him, like, oh, you need help. Well, yeah, you mean we'll help you in the NHS, we'll help you in the welding, we'll help you build the motorways. When you were sad, we were sad too.
That's right.
And you reward us evil for good, man.
That's right.
When you're sad about something, black people are sad with you, and you know something, we shouldn't be sad.
That's right.
For what you've done to black people for 400 years, I couldn't give a damn, man.
That's right.
Look, listen, I'm not sad about nothing, man.
That's right.
Talking about World War One and the dead soldiers mourn. Listen, I'm not wearing no poppy.
That's right.
I'm gonna tell you straight, man. I'm not wearing no poppy. And if you ask me, I'm not donating nothing, man. One guy come to me about, you know what? It's you know mean like I'm just receiving something for like the war. You know what I mean? Is there anything you can give? I told him no. I'm not giving you nothing, man.
That's right.
Why? I'll give you everything. My grandmom gave you everything, and my ancestors in slavery gave you everything. I can't give you nothing, man. I can't give you no more. You mean my ancestors been working for England for over 400 years?
That's right.
I cannot give you nothing else, man. We'll give you everything. And then even when you wanted us in England, we've give you everything, and now you deport us. I can't give you no more, man.
That's right.
I can't wear no poppy. I can't talk about the Queen and English holidays. I can't do it, man. Why? Because I can't give you no more. History speaks for itself.
That's right.
And I will be a fool if I gave you anything, man.
That's right.
I'll be a fool if I gave you any part of me. That's why I can't do it. That's why in the UPK, Commanding General Yohanna told us not to do it, man.
That's right.
When you give your soul to your enemy, all it's going to do is give you evil for your good. Read on.
But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into my own bosom.
The meaning, when they're sad, we're sad with them. You mean we're praying for them, hoping for your best. And what happens? You give us evil for our good, man. Do you know how many black men fought in these wars? World War One, World War Two, and nobody speaks about them. You know, there's a video I ain't released yet on the Veterans Day, or what they call it, the Remembrance Day. Yo, me and Officer Agawo, we went there and we asked them, so, you know, does this include every soldier? And, you know, many of them didn't even know about black people that fought in those wars. While we give you our soul, you don't even acknowledge us on the days of those wars, man. Then on the Brixton High Street, there's a memorial for the black people that did fight. And do you want to know a fact on that same video, which I'm gonna release? No one even knew about it. So I went to the main one and asked them, so on the Brixton High Street, there's one for the black soldiers. Why doesn't anyone know about that one? And all of them were shocked, like, really? Some were like, that's bad. Nah, and some of them, the soldier didn't care, like, well, I don't know. And why? Because we gave our soul, and they gave us evil for our good. Read on.
I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother.
And we behaved, meaning we acted like he's our friend. Many black people came to England like, yeah, they're our friends. Despite all the racial abuse,
That's right.
despite, you know, all of the prejudice that we received, we thought we were friends, man. And even till this day, you got black people that think our oppressor is our friend. And they're going to show you one day. It may not be the right time now, but you're going to find out. You think he's your friend because you laugh with him at work. You think he's your friend because he says hello to you. He's not your friend, man. And any opportunity he gets, he will show you that he's not your friend also as well. Read on.
I bow down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. But mine adversary, they rejoice.
And my adversary, they rejoice. Meaning, even though I'm sad for them, they rejoice that I'm sad, man. And is this not England? A country that is based on black people being sad. They enslaved you for 400 years. That's sad, man. And they're happy while they prance around England. You mean getting into fights and having way too much liquor. They're happy while you're sad. While you worked and made England while it was for 400 years of hard labor, they're happy while you're sad. You come here in the Windrush, make England while it is, and then deport you. They're happy, you're sad. This is the Bible, man. Read on.
And rejoice themselves together.
And they rejoice. While you're sad, they're happy and never caring about you.
That's right.
Read on.
Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and cease not.
And they ripped us up and cease not. Meaning they ripped us up and did not stop, man. And is that not the Windrush? A people that came and you ripped our hard labor, ripped us of, everything we had, and now it's done. Just go home. You ain't got a British passport. Like there's no real evidence of you that you should be here. They tear us up and then just go home. You gotta learn to get over slavery. Slavery's in the past. But okay, if slavery's in the past, give me back that wealth, man. That wealth is in the past. Lloyd's Bank, that's in the past too, man. But you would never do that. Why? Because you know better. You tell slaves it's in the past so that they forget about the riches you have off slavery. And that's the problem. Read on. Started off at Psalms 35. And
with hypocritical mockers in feast.
With what?
Hypocritical mockers in feast.
And they're hypocrites. How do you know this is talking about us? Because with the oppressor that we've served, he's a hypocrite. And I'll explain why. They will say to you, slavery is in the past. Forget about it. So why do you remember World War I? When slavery finished in 1880 or when was it? 1890. World War I started and finished in the 1900s. So we're in like a 20-year gap. So why must I forget my oppression and you remember yours? Why? Because you're a hypocrite, man. You tell one people, it's in the past. How long are you going to be on this? Well, how long are you going to be on World War I? How come every year, let's remember World War I, right, watching some documentary that is in black and white with some nasty English soldier with some rotten teeth in their mouth, man? Why do I have to watch that? So you're a hypocrite. You tell me, forget about it, forget about it. Meanwhile, you don't forget about nothing. You don't forget about one day of your oppression. You don't forget about one day of your life. Meanwhile, tell a black man, forget about it. Read that part again.
Verse 16, with hypocritical mockers in feast.
Mm-hmm.
They gnashed upon me with their teeth.
And they're angry at me. While they're hypocrites, angry at me, I bring up slavery. Yo, gosh, I can't believe you, man. 2020, and we're still talking about this, and you're angry at me. So why are you talking about World War One? We're like, what are we doing? You talk about yours, I talk about mine. Read on.
How long wilt thou look on?
So now King David saying to the Lord, how long will you look on? Meaning the Lord sees this. You think the Lord don't see what's going on in England? Yes, he does, man. You know, the Lord sees all of it, man. And that's why I keep telling you, the UPK is the sanctuary of the Lord, man. And the Lord sees what black people are going through. The Lord sees the oppression of black people, man. The Lord sees it, and the Lord's going to do something. Don't ever think the Lord just sees it and just doesn't care. But do you know what the Lord is waiting on? The Lord's waiting on you, black man. The Lord's waiting on you to put that weed down. The Lord's waiting on you to stop sleeping with prostitutes, to start watching pornography, man. And when you do that, the Lord will avenge you. And it's in the Bible. Read on.
God, rescue my soul from their destruction.
Rescue what?
My soul from their destruction.
And rescue my soul from their destruction. They're destroying us, man.
That's right.
While we give them our soul, they just destroy it, man. And have black people hating themselves. Read on.
My darling from lions, I will give thanks in the great congregation. I will praise thee among much people. Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me.
And there, man, with King David, he saw us suffering and said, you know what, Lord, don't make their enemies rejoice over them. And what is our enemy? England, man. What is our enemy? Our oppressor, the European. And King David said, Lord, don't make this enemy rejoice over us. Don't make him laugh at us, man. Don't make him have that victory. And yeah, you're winning now, but it's not over, man. You know, what's that saying? It's not over till the fat lady sings. The fat lady ain't sung yet, man. When Christ returns, that's when the fat lady's singing. And who's winning? We are, man. Who's winning? Black people are winning. Do you know one in Job about, though they rule for a time? I'm paraphrasing it. Now, it's in the book of Job. I'll get it. It goes well with this one. Let me get it. Something about the wicked for a time. Let's see if I can get it. Might be Job 23. All right, but for a time. Oh. Anything in that? It's like though the reign of the wicked, something like that. Yeah, Job 20:5. Got it.
Job 20:5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short.
So now, with the triumphing of the wicked, it's short, man. Yeah, England's nice now. England's happy now while they're abusing us. The Bible says it's for a what?
The triumphing of the wicked is short.
So it's short, meaning It's not a long time, man. In the kingdom of heaven, one day, you know what I mean? This will seem so short. What the white man done to us for 400 years, it's gonna seem so short. You're gonna look back and go, yeah, had us in slavery, man. Deported us when we came to his country, when we came to England, and he sent us back. And we're saying that we're here illegally, even though he invited us. It's but for a time. The triumphing of the wicked of England is but for a short time. It isn't. It's not for long. All the banks, all their riches, in the sight of God, is for a short time. In their eyes, they believe this is going to be forever, and no, it's not, man. This is but for a short time. One day, everyone's gonna forget about England, just like what? Look at all the ancient empires: the Medes, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Babylonian Empire. Does anyone care about them now? Why? Because their reign was short. And what happened? When they lost their reign, who cared? All you read about them is in history books. And outside of that, do you care about them in your day-to-day life? No, you don't, man. And let me enlighten you. England's going to be the same way, man. One day, England is going to be cared about in a history book. Meanwhile, everyone's going to care about Jerusalem and Israel and the Israelites, Jesus Christ, the Most High. That's the kingdom that is going to come.
Right.
And no one ain't going to care about England. You're going to read about it in a history book about one smelly queen and her sons that can't even wear a suit right. You know what I mean? In a history book, that's what you're going to be reading. But will anyone care about England? No, they won't. Read on.
And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
And Saki, if you read that last bit again.
But the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
And the joy of the hypocrite, just for a moment. Meaning, what they have now is not for long. And how do you know? All ancient empires, they ruled just for a time, but in their eyes, they believed it was forever. You're telling me, in the times of ancient Babylon, they thought there was going to come a time where they would not rule. They believe forever, I'm going to rule, man. Look, man, this is Babylon. Look, man, everyone comes to us. Everyone's subject unto us. And what happened? One day, they wasn't ruling. When the Persians and the Medes came, it showed how much they was not ruling. Then what happened? The Persians and the Medes, man, ruled for almost 1,000 years. No, ruled for almost 700 years. The one day Alexander came, and they knew, you know what, we're not ruling no more. Although in their eyes, how things were, they thought they was going to rule forever. Then what happened? The Greeks came. Little did the Greeks know is that on the west side of them, the Romans wanted to rule. There was a place called Rome in Italy, and they took over Greece, man. Then what happened with Rome? All of the outsiders invaded them, and now the Roman Empire, as we know it, is nothing, man. No one rules forever except the Israelites. That's why in the Bible, what does it say about the Israelites? The saints shall take kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and forever, and even more, meaning we don't lose our kingdom. Rome lost their kingdom. The Greeks lost their kingdom. But Babylon lost their kingdom. The Persians and the Medes, they lost their kingdom. The Assyrians lost their kingdom. But there's one people that ain't losing no kingdom, and that's you, black man. When you serve Christ, you're going to be a part of a kingdom that will never be overthrown. The Romans can't overthrow it. China with their coronavirus ain't going to overthrow it. Africa with their having sex with apes ain't going to overthrow it. But you know what I mean? That's what we got if we be obedient. Give me Isaiah 1:18.
Isaiah 1:18. Come now, let us reason together.
And now,
before the Lord.
it's like, and now, this is the grace of the Most High right here. The Most High doesn't have to reason with nobody, man. Many people read this and don't understand what it's saying. Meaning, although we've been sinful, although we've broke so many laws, the Most High wants to reason with us. Like, what can I do for you, man? I've given you laws, I've given you a land, I've given you everything, and you're not following me. Come and let us reason. Like, what can we do to make it right, man? And the Lord didn't have to do this. That's why, in the UPK, with the second chance you got, take hold of it, man. Don't let it go. Don't leave it for some whore online that you just met. Right. Don't leave it for no job. Now, of course, you can work. No one is saying you can't, but do put this first, man. Read on.
Saith the Lord, though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow.
So meaning, when you change, although your sins are scarlet, meaning they're evident, if you see scarlet, that's a color you can't miss. The Lord's saying, you come back to me, they'll be white as snow, meaning I'll clean you up. You know what? I'll forget about them. You come back to me, I'll give you a second chance. Read on.
Though they be red as crimson, they shall be as wool.
Yeah, so it's basically saying the same thing, just using a different analogy. Read on.
If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat good of the land.
What did the Bible say?
If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land.
So meaning, if we serve the Lord, we will eat the good of the land. And when will we eat the good of the land? In the kingdom of heaven, man. But we gotta obey him. And the kingdom we got ain't being destroyed. Ain't gonna have a reign for just 1,000 years. Forever. How long forever is? That's how long black people are gonna rule this earth, man, under Christ. So I've touched on the Windrush. Now what's next? Valentine's Day, man. We're gonna get into some of Valentine's Day and all that stuff. So there's a video circulating on some woman saying, if you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, you don't love your woman. I don't want to hear about no all year round. Valentine's Day is for you. Says who? And also too, who are you? Like, that's one thing we gotta stop doing. Anyone that puts a camera to their face doesn't make them right. Anyone that speaks loud and confident doesn't make him right, man. And what does she know? You're gonna take advice from someone. For all you know, her man, he may celebrate Valentine's Day, but he also buys whores, man.
I tell us that Valentine's Day
Shit, that's a valid point. With I.S.U.P.K, he celebrated Valentine's Day and beat up to Ina to Erna. A lot, man. Went upside her head, hit her with a shoe. And he celebrated Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day doesn't mean nothing for a relationship. Don't let some dumb woman who has an Instagram account get in your head, man. If matter of fact, I'm gonna say the opposite. If you celebrate Valentine's Day, you hate your woman. Do you want to know why? Because you let someone set you a day when you must love your wife.
That's right.
Meanwhile, you can do it any day, man. You can just randomly look at your wife and go, you know what? Come, man. Let's go watch the new Bad Boys film. I heard about this new restaurant open. Let's go. So why do you have to do it on Valentine's Day? Do you want to know why? Because Valentine's Day is really for people that hate their wife. And it's a one day where you justify your love, like, yeah, look at us, we're going here, we're going there. Meanwhile, they didn't do it all year round. All year round, they had these side women they were having sex with, and they were abusing their wife. And then now, all of a sudden, Valentine's Day, love, gifts, chocolate. And that does not mean you love your woman. And also, too, it shows how dumb she is. I'll explain why. So if your man doesn't have you up on his Instagram account, he don't love you. A picture from a camera phone means you don't love your woman. Having her on the internet means you don't love your woman. That shows what she thinks about Facebook, what she thinks about Instagram.
So you were saying, what if it's for the money?
That's true. You know what I mean? Not everyone's rich. So if you ain't got the money, then where do you stand? You mean, but let's say this dumb woman, man. Idiot. Let's get to it, man.
Oh shit, right. So you
Up a bit. Bit more. That's 12 bit. That can work here. That's 12 bit. That can work here.
So tomorrow is the big day, the big Valentine's Day, and this is actually the ultimate test to find out if the guy is actually serious.
All right, so start right
Now, I
there.
don't want to hear all
Now, you see, you shouldn't listen to her. And I'll explain why. So one day is a what? What? It's a ultimate test to know if a guy loves a woman. So hang on. We got 365 days of a year, and one day is the ultimate test to know if a guy loves you. And let me tell you something. She doesn't believe that. It's called selfishness. Now, I don't know her, but sometimes, even in the Bible, matter of fact, in the Bible, it says it, by someone's face and their gaze, you know what they are. And she's selfish. You can tell she's one of those self-exorbitant females that want all the lights. She doesn't believe that one day means it's the ultimate test. You're saying that because you want gifts off your man. You don't believe that. So, okay, so that's the ultimate test. So, okay then. What about on Valentine's Day, if I was to take you out, buy you gifts? Now that I've done the ultimate test, on the 364, I can do what I like. I can rob you. I can beat you up. I can take a bank loan in like your name and just run away with the money. You know what I mean? I've already passed the ultimate test. So, damn, 364 days of the year, I'm now free gain. I can do what I want to you. You don't believe that. It sounds stupid. It sounds dumb. Read on. Play on. Like,
these bullshit like, oh, I show her love every other day of the week. Why do I have to show her love now? Listen, you celebrate Christmas, you're not Christian. You celebrate Easter, you couldn't tell me the last time you went to church. But all of a sudden, because it's Valentine's Day, oh, you're so strong about not celebrating it and you want to make a big point. Okay, the same way you celebrate Christmas because it's for the kids. Valentine's Day is for the adults, okay?
all right. Started there. Now you see how she's contradicted herself. First, it started off with a man if he doesn't love his girl. Now you said it's for the adults. So which one is it? So okay, you made this video about the women, but you said it's for the adults. So what are you getting for your man? Where's that video? Where's that video about ladies? If you don't love you know what I mean? That's the ultimate test. If you love your man, you're gonna get your man this. See, it's not about she does not believe what she's saying. She just wants free gifts of dumb, eager guys. That's all what it comes down to. So first it was about the ladies. Then you said Valentine's Day is for the adults. So isn't your man an adult too?
That's right.
Doesn't your man need the ultimate test, so-called? So you never mention what you're getting for him. Why? Because you're selfish. And you see women like that, they don't deserve no man. And how do you know? Her talking about Valentine's Day shows it, man. So what about him? Like, what's he getting? What's his ultimate test? What's his ultimate gift? Young boy, you ain't getting him nothing. So you don't believe it. It's called being selfish. You want stuff, but you shouldn't give nothing. And that's why women like that, they love Valentine's Day. So that they can be self-absorbent. What can you give me? But if Valentine's Day is for the adults, what about your man if you have one? You know, because you do know this, right? Many people that talk about things like this have no man. While they run their mouth, but if your man don't do this, they ain't got no man. Or they got some guy that have sex with once a week and he doesn't answer none of their calls. He doesn't want to talk to them. He goes back home to someone who he calls his wife and doesn't want to mess with you. Yeah, play the rest.
That we love and appreciate each other. And you're going out of your way to show this young lady.
Whoa. Stop right there.
You,
She contradicts herself. We show that we love each other, but you want to show this young lady. So why are you just mentioning the females for? You said each other. So how does each other now just mean ladies? Because Valentine's Day is for punks, man. It's for sissies. It's for waste men that get used by these women, man. You know what I mean? Why does say each other? She's talking about the ladies. In her own 1 minute video, you're contradicting yourself. You gotta show your lady. It's for each other. We show we love each other. But if you can't show the ladies, so what about the man? I mean, if you believe in Valentine's Day like you say you do, what about the man? Where are you taking him? Where's his Nike Air Max 95s on Valentine's Day? You ain't getting him nothing. You know why? Because you're selfish. And you're that selfish, you don't even think about what you're saying. You know what I mean? You're trying as hard as you can, but you can't even help yourself, even in what you're saying. Play the rest.
don't celebrate it. You ain't serious about her. Because even if you don't celebrate it, just to have peace on your head, you would do some sort of loving gesture to show this girl that you two are like, say.
Okay, so where's his gift? You know what I mean? I've heard a lot about the women now. Of course, Valentine's Day is a pagan holiday. No one should be celebrating Valentine's Day. But in that, with a big mouth, where's his gift? I thought it was each other, because it's not about each other. It's all about selfish women, man. From there, give me. Bear me 1 second. I'll explain why. So if your man doesn't have. All right, let's get. All right, give me Philippians 2 and 3. Second Philippians 2 and 3. You know, so you need. Yeah, good to go. Philippians 2 and 3.
Philippians 2 and 3. Let nothing be done to strife or vain glory.
And what?
Vain glory.
And that's what Valentine's Day is, man. It's vain glory, you know, and obviously not for the men. It's for the women. It's vain glory. A day where you could have some glory. Oh, my man got me this and that. and you know that your man can't stand you at all. He got it that, but in his mind, he's thinking of someone else, man. But you're so exorbitant in what you got, you're not even realizing what's going on around you, man. And Valentine's Day is a day about vain glory. It's all about you. Everyone must worship you. And what's funny is she was saying we each other before the girls though for this. But what about the man? So you mean of course no one should be celebrating it anyway. But where's the part for the man? But you know what I mean? If you don't love your man, you know what I mean? Where's his gift? That's the ultimate test. Cause she doesn't believe that, man. She knows it's not about each other. It's about her. And because she wants a gift, she's telling you a one-sided. She's giving you a one. She's only giving you one side of what she feels, because she wants gifts. She wants to go out on dates, and that's vain glory. And that's what Valentine's Day is all about, man. Read on.
But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
And now we're meant to esteem another better than ourselves, meaning we're meant to care for each other. And I'm gonna say online, as a woman, if you really cared for that man, you wouldn't take part in Valentine's Day. You would accept that your husband can love you every day. If you cared for each other, if you was reading this verse, you wouldn't care about Valentine's Day. You would go, you know what, my husband, he's good to me all year round. But when you aspire to get vain glory, then you do reverence Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day does mean so much unto you. But if you are, as the Bible said, the holiness of the mind, and you esteem another, then you would go, you know what? No, man. My husband's been good to me all year round. One day and some expensive date. You know what? No, I'm not doing that. He's a good man, but you don't do that. Do you know why? Because you're selfish. You're gonna give him the ultimate test. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, he's been good to you 364 days of the week, man. And all of a sudden, the ultimate day, the ultimate test is on one day of the year. He's looking after you. He's protecting you. So you know what I mean? What's the problem? From there, give me James 3:16. And this scripture goes into Valentine's Day excellently.
James 3:16. For where envying and strife is.
So now let's keep that in mind. For where envying and strife is. So where you see envying, people hating each other, strife, arguments, fighting. And is that not Valentine's Day right there? On Valentine's Day, women envy each other. One woman's man got something that she did not get from like her man. A woman envies another woman, and people strife, argue on Instagram. This bitch thinks, you know, she's all that because her man took her to the shard. You know what I mean? Where envying and strife is, read on.
There is confusion and every evil word.
And there is what?
Every evil word.
Valentine's Day is what?
Every evil word.
And there, man, when you see things like that happening, that's how you know it's an evil work. And how do you know Valentine's Day is an evil work? Because you see fighting, envying. So though by default, Valentine's Day could never be right. People talk about Valentine's Day and love and love and love. Do you know that more fights on that day? More people actually break up on that day. So that's how you know that is where evil work is. If Valentine's Day was so loving and romance, then why do people fight on that day? Why do relationships break up on that day? Because it's an evil work, man. Read on.
But the wisdom that is from above is first pure.
It's pure, man. What's the wisdom from above? Don't celebrate Valentine's Day, man. That's from above, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what? You learning that wisdom from above will keep that man in that house. Will keep that family and that relationship tight like glue, man. But if you want the wisdom of the earth, you're gonna see every evil work. Valentine's Day is the wisdom of the earth, man. Where it's meant to be about love. And what happens? Everyone breaks up. People are fighting. You mean people that are in relationships are arguing? Why? Because it's not a good work. Read on.
Then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated.
And easy to be asked of. So now, the wisdom from on high, that would work for you. But the wisdom of the earth, Valentine's Day, that's where every evil work is, man. From there, give me give me Romans 15 and 2.
Romans 15 and 2. Let every one of us please his neighbor.
What did the Bible say?
Let every one of us please his neighbor.
And there, man, so meaning we're meant to please each other. Now, if you're concerned about Valentine's Day, you're not helping any neighbor. You're selfish. What are you getting me? Where are we going? You know, I saw this nice advert. Are we going there? Meanwhile, he loves you all year round, man. You two go places all year round, but one day you're harassing this man. One day you're all upon his back, you know, about he better take me here. You know, if we don't, you know, I mean, on Valentine's Day, if we don't leave England, we're gonna have, you know, I mean, we're gonna have a problem. You don't love a neighbor if you're like that. And these things, not just on Valentine's Day alone, but these things happen around that time, Valentine's, Christmas, and many other pagan holidays, where it becomes a holiday where people don't care about each other. It's all about me. What can you do for me? What I want. And that's what Valentine's Day is, man. For a woman, it's what can you do for me? What are you going to do for me? I want this. I want that. Read on.
For his good edification. For even Yahushua pleased not himself.
He did what?
Pleased not himself.
And the women, you need to hear that, man. Christ pleased not himself. Meaning Christ didn't, with Christ, he didn't just care about himself and what he wanted. He did the Father's will. And likewise, if you're in the UPK, you got to do the Father's will also, man. You can't be trying to get your man into Valentine's Day and, you know, well, I want this and I want a day where I get everything I want. You know what I mean? And that's what the sister Hadassah said, man. And Hakayan as well, man, just dumb people. And they always end up in debt. While you please this woman, which you shouldn't have a lot of times, you're in debt. You took her to the shard, you know, and the breakfast, and you know what's so mean about it? They don't even put you in it. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I've got Instagram and all kind of things. And you know what's weird about it? While the man took them out, they actually cut the man out. I'm in the shard. Yeah, but who took you there? Look at this dinner right here, man. Yeah, but who paid for it? They're that selfish. They don't even acknowledge who did it for them, man. And with Christ, he cared not about himself. And when a woman cares about Valentine's Day, the truth is, you're just caring about yourself. You make it seem like if you don't do it, that's the ultimate test. You don't believe in no ultimate test. Why? Because first you're saying it's for us, then you're talking about yourself. You don't believe it neither, man. And with Christ, he was not like her. Christ cared about what the Lord wanted. She only cares about herself, man.
Right.
Read on.
But as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproach thee, follow me.
Uh-huh.
For whatsoever things are written aforetime were our learning.
So what was written aforetime was written for us to learn from, man. And what are we meant to learn? That to have selfishness is not of the Lord, man. All throughout the Bible, your neighbor, your brother, love him, care about him. And Valentine's Day breaks that law. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. You can't be following that and do Valentine's Day at the same time, man. Reading all the writings in the Bible about loving each other, caring for each other, and then celebrating Valentine's Day, you just can't do it, man. Valentine's Day is not a brotherhood day. It's a selfish day, man. And you see her there, she's selfish. You can smell it off her, man. Just all about me, my selfishness. You mean me personally? I know someone. I can sense it on someone when they're all about them and selfish and me. I sense it on them, and on her, selfishness is gleaming off her like light, man. Reader.
That through the patience and comfort of the scriptures, we may have hope.
And that we may have hope, man. And if you're in the school and you're a man, you better have hope. Because if you were in here, you will be celebrating Valentine's Day. I know people go, I'm not in the UPK, but I keep the law. I won't celebrate Valentine's Day. You're a liar. If you're not in the UPK, you are going to celebrate Valentine's Day. You're going to take your wife to the Shard. You're going to take her to Blackpool Beach, Bognor Regis Beach, Skegness for Valentine's Day. You are going to do it, man. You are going to do it. I know you're going to say, nah, me. Yes, you, man. You are going to do it. Why? Because you're afraid of her. You believe if you don't do it, you're going to lose your wife. When the truth is, it's the other way around. If you do it, God's going to make sure you lose your wife. From there, in Matthew 16 and 24.
Matthew 16 and 24. Then said Yahushua unto the disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself.
There you go, man. Jesus Christ said to his disciples, if any man will come after, what was that? Sorry, come after me, or
come after me.
Yes, come after me, deny himself. What does it mean to deny yourself? Meaning, don't do the things that you want to do. You want to celebrate Valentine's Day, deny yourself. You can't do it. You want to get high, deny yourself. You can't smoke. You want to buy prostitutes, deny it. You can't buy them. You want to rob a woman's handbag, deny yourself. Don't be a thief, man. And Christ said, if you want to follow after me, you got to deny yourself. If you're a man and you want to serve Christ, you got to deny yourself. Your woman talking about, Valentine's Day. I listened to some dumb idiot woman online. She said, it's the ultimate test. She comes to you with that. You got to deny yourself and go, no, I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day. It's a pagan holiday. And I'm not serving no other God. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. It's my money and I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Don't make it long. Do you know what I mean? Simple, it's my money. I'm not doing it. We can go anywhere, any time of the year, winter, summer, autumn, spring. So why one day have to, do all of that? You don't have to do it, man. And that's the thing that a lot of people can't comprehend. Valentine's Day is a day like any other day. It falls on a day like any other day of the year, man. So why on this day does a man have to, take out some loan for some woman he doesn't like anyway? For some woman that does his head in? For a woman, when she rings him, like, oh, fucking hell, man. Again, what do you want? Hello? Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Full well knowing he didn't want to answer that call, man. You know what I mean? You don't want to do it, so you can do it all year round, man. And that's the problem. Read on.
And take up his cross and follow me.
Mm-hmm.
For whosoever will save his life.
So now, if someone tries to save their life, what does the Bible mean by save your life? Meaning you're trying to save yourself. You're trying to save the life that you got. I want to celebrate Christmas. I want to celebrate Valentine's Day. I want to get high still. You're trying to save your life. Read on.
Shall lose it.
You're going to do what?
Shall lose it.
You're going to lose it, man. You're trying to celebrate Valentine's Day for your wife. You're going to lose her. It's in the Bible. You're going to lose her. And do you know he's going to do it? God's going to do it, man. You pick Valentine's Day over God. God will make sure you lose that wife, man. You put anything over the Lord make sure you lose it, man. And how do we know? We just read it in the Bible. You try to save your life, you're going to lose it, man. You're trying to save your wife. Well, if I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, she might not have sex with someone else. On a WhatsApp, I did see some other guys there. Maybe if I take her out on Valentine's Day, I just won't lose her. Listen, man, if she's dealing with other men, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be around her anyway. But you believe, if I do Valentine's Day, I'm going to keep her. You're going to lose her anyway, man. She doesn't want you. Read her.
Whosoever shall lose life for my name's sake shall find it.
And if you lose your life, meaning you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, you don't celebrate Christmas, Easter, you find it, man. Meaning you're going to find an even better life. And how do we know? We are all witness of it, man. I wasn't always in the UPK. Officer Karafia wasn't always in the UPK. We was in the world, and we lost our lives, and we saved our life for a better life. I was in the world where, I was lost searching, and I found an even better life.
That's right.
And Christ said, if you do that, you will find the life. And everyone in line, hear that, man. You come here, you will find the life. You think out there, you're trying to save your life, you're going to lose it anyway, man. You're going to lose it. Everyone thinks, well, I can't join the UPK because I got a job. Like that means anything. We're in the UPK right now working. What's the problem? But I would join you, brothers, but I got a job and I got a rent to pay. Like, so what? Everyone in here has rent to pay, so what's the difference? You save your life, you lose it. You don't serve the Lord for your job, the Lord will make sure you lose that job, man. One day, some accident happens and it's your fault and you get the sack. The Lord will make sure you do lose that job. But read on.
Shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
So what profit do you have if you gain the whole world? What does it mean by you gain the whole world? Meaning you gain all the things of this world. You celebrate Valentine's Day. You do Easter. You gain all the all the love of the world. But what you sold, you've lost it. Meaning what you know is right, what's in you, what you stand for, you lose that, man. You lose that dignity that you have. And a lot of men that celebrate Valentine's Day, you're losing your soul. You know it, man. Inside you, you're like, why am I spending all this money for, man? You know what I mean? Half time she can't even shut up. Always got something to say, always complaining. She wants this, I gave her this. Then she complains again. Yeah, I got that, but I didn't get this though. Oh no. And starts crying. You give her this. Yeah, but I want that too. You know what I mean? You lose your soul to please a woman that doesn't even deserve none of it anyway, man. Read on.
Well, what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Meaning, what can you give in exchange for your soul? And it's nothing, man. Your soul, your dignity, your masculinity, that's invaluable. There's nothing you can value and go, okay, then I exchange this for this. There's nothing at all. Let me get the rest. All right. One second. Mark. No, we got that already, just in a different account. Galatians 2 and 20.
Galatians 2 and 20. I am crucified with Yahushua.
What did the Bible say?
I am crucified with Yahushua.
Like what it said in the scripture we read before, man. You save your life, you lose it, you lose your life, you find one. So now it's saying the same thing in the book of Galatians. I am crucified with the Yahushua, meaning I died with Christ. Now, did Paul literally die with Christ? Let me see you thinking online. What is this verse talking about? That's right. Yeah, let's give him a hand. So that's what it means, meaning they're dead to sin. They got a new life where they sin no more. So that's what it means by, they are crucified with Christ. You mean meaning they've lost their old life to get a new one. Like how Christ, he was crucified and was resurrected from the dead. That's us, man. I mean, we had the old life, we died, and now we're alive as a new man. Same thing. A man that used to smoke weed, a man that used to celebrate Valentine's Day, that man's dead. Now I'm a new man. You know what I mean? I'm in the UPK officer. You know what I mean? So that's the analogy. Read on.
Nevertheless, I live.
Nevertheless, I live, meaning I'm alive. Even though I died, I'm alive, of course, because now he's living a new way of life. Read on.
Yet not, but Christ liveth in me.
Uh-huh.
That the life which I now live in the flesh, I live in the faith of the Son of God.
There, so the life that I live in the flesh, meaning, of course, I'm physically alive, but I do what Christ would do. I do what Christ wants me to do. I do those things. Read on.
And gave himself for me.
There, and gave himself for me. So why is this verse key? Because Valentine's Day is a selfish day, man. It's all about, what am I gonna get? Meanwhile, the Bible, selfishness ain't in there, man. Many great men, time and time again, what are they saying? I gave my life. I care about your life. I care about your issues. Valentine's Day does not reflect this. Valentine's Day reflects the selfishness. But what are you getting me? Allegedly, it's for us. But what are you getting me? What do I get out of this? If you don't do this, you don't show me the ultimate love. Meanwhile, she never mentioned her man at all. She didn't mention what she's getting him. Meanwhile, I thought it was us. It's what adults do. But isn't your man an adult? Are you sleeping with some 16-year-old or something? Is it something we don't know? If he's an adult, then what about him? Because really, it's not about him. It's about you. But second. All right, from there, get into some scriptures about being afraid, man. Give me Isaiah 41 and 10. That's right, Madban Yemyan. He gave what he wants. That's you can use that as well.
Isaiah 41 and 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee.
And don't be afraid, man. If you're in the UPK and your woman's trying to make you celebrate Valentine's Day, fear thou not, because the Lord's with you. You know what I mean? If she wants to go, let her go, man. You serve the Lord will give you the Lord will give you 3 wives, man. She goes, the Lord will give you a woman that doesn't even care about Valentine's Day, that sees things just how you see it. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And Valentine's Day is coming, and all of her friends are going here and there. It's kind of bad for her. You know what? I might want to just bring her to one restaurant just to not make you look bad. No, you can do it any other day of the week, but you're not doing it on Valentine's Day. And don't be afraid, man. Don't let no one put in you must do it. Don't let no one get in your ear. Don't let no one get in your head side about, well, you don't love me, because you didn't get me no gifts. Meanwhile, you're looking after her all year round, man. You protect her. If she was stranded, you would come and get her. So what does one day mean when you're doing it all year round? Read on.
Be not dismayed, for I am thy God.
For I am thy God. Read on.
I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee.
And then, man, I will strengthen thee. So, if you're feeling away, you stick here and the Lord will strengthen you. And how will the Lord do it? By our hands, man. The Lord ain't going to strengthen you directly. He's going to send you to a man of God, and that man of God is going to strengthen you. He's going to, tell you what to do. And he's going to, what he says is so effective, it gets in your chest like, yeah, no Valentine's Day, man. And that's how God strengthens you. And we need it, man, because every time Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter, and all of these holidays, everyone needs strengthening. Or, you'll go back in the world. You'll be like, I can't do this. I'm trying to do it for my family. And you know what happens? You leave the Lord for that family. The Lord will make sure that family leaves you, man. The Lord will make sure one day your wife just don't want to be with you. One day your wife just has enough of you. And why that happened? Because you wouldn't serve the Lord. So, read on.
I will hold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
All right. Give me Psalms 56 and 3.
Psalm 56 and 3. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee.
And there, man, King David said this. When I'm afraid, I trust in the Lord, man. Any one of you, feeling afraid of your woman, don't feel no way to contact anyone in the UPK, man. Everyone has their weakness, and of course, over time, you're going to get strengthened. But you call somebody, man. Now you see, unlike her on that video, we actually care about you. We're not selfish like her. We care about every black and Hispanic man, and the women too. And King David said, when he's afraid, he trusts in the Lord, man. Any more on that? All right, no sweat. Give me in the book of Joshua 1 and 9.
Joshua 1 and 9. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and have a good courage.
And that's it, man. In this world, those that serve the Lord, we are stronger, but there's a lot much more of them. But the Lord's with us. And that's why you gotta be strong and courageous. You can't be around your wife and I don't want to talk about Valentine's Day. You gotta be courageous and go, we are not celebrating it, man. Valentine's Day, we're not doing this. Valentine's Day, listen, after work, I'm going to bed. There ain't no secret surprise for you. Ain't no secret restaurant you're going to. It's not happening because we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. You got to be courageous and strong when you're serving the Lord. Read on.
And be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed.
And don't be shocked, man. Don't be scared and be shocked like, oh gosh, I gotta tell a woman that, now I'm in the UPK, Valentine's Day, we don't do it no more. Don't be dismayed. Don't let no one scare you. You got the Lord with you. You know what I mean? In the world, they're celebrating days that don't even make sense. How does one day show you love someone? So, okay, if one day shows I love someone, that means I got 364 days to show how much I don't love you, doesn't it? I got 364 days to rob you, take a loan off you. You know what I mean? Just take your car. But that's what you're saying. So even in the wisdom of the world, what they're saying doesn't even make sense. But read on.
For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
All right, no sweat. Give me Psalms 118 and 6.
Psalms 118 and 6. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear.
There, man. And now, again, this is King David. He said, the Lord is on my side. Whom should I fear? Yeah. Meaning, if the Lord's with me, then why am I afraid of anybody? And that's us, man. And your wife too. You know what I mean? If the Lord's with you, then you shouldn't be afraid of your wife. To tell her we're not celebrating Valentine's Day. You shouldn't feel no way of going, listen, that's a pagan holiday. And the law in the Bible says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. I cannot celebrate Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Don't let no one scare you. Don't let no one have that fear inside of you, man. Last scripture, Proverbs 29 and 25.
Proverbs 29 and 25. The fear of man bringeth a snare.
So online, who can break this down? Just read that one more time.
The fear of man bringeth a snare.
And no one.
When you fear man, let the trap yourself.
Just give him a hand. That's it. So if you're afraid of someone, that is a trap for yourself. Meaning you're hindering yourself from being what the Lord wants you to be because you're afraid. Being afraid stops many people from doing many great things in their life. Read on.
But every man's judgment cometh from the Lord.
I know, sweat. That's it, and that's so. With that, I'm hand it over to priest and officer Karafia.
Powerful class. Teach your hand. Class. I.S.U.P.K security announcement for the I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohanna. Rule for a new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes to school, They are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10 penny Hebrew Aishara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund not mandatory. What sort of amount you like to give? Upcoming holy convocation is Purim. Or I can check the bulletin board Norway or I.S.U.P.K social media. If anyone wants to be true in the school, so wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, headscarf, and with that, I imagine the Lord's Prayer. Brother East, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamkar, Yahweh, Malak, Dawa'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Washamayim, Lafanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawafnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawafnawa, Wala'ah, Dawayainawa, Wanasayawan, Abor, Hawashinawa, Mayan, Right, Kayak, Lakab, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahafapara, I will London, Aman.
And in the English, our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed
be thy name.
thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us today
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts
and forgive us our debt
as we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors,
and lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the
and
power,
the power,
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. With that, let one can speak to the teacher. Men of Israel, I Madam Shabbat, I Madam Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Prophet Da.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai